So students, in continuation with the last video that we were going to discuss about the type of overlapping. In the last video that was related to the valence bond theory part 1. So now we are discussing today about the sp overlapping. We have discussed that in sp overlapping, one of the s orbital with a single unpaired electron, it get overlapped with one of the p orbital having electron in opposite spin, and when both get overlapped at the part of overlapping, the sigma bond will be formed. We were taking the example of HCl for this, so let's again take the example of HCl. In hydrogen, and this is the chlorine. In hydrogen, how many electrons are present? Its configuration is 1s1, one electron is present, and in case of chlorine, the configuration of chlorine is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. So in p orbital, I am just going to draw the 3p orbital only. This is the 3px, 3py, 3pz. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here an unpaired electron is present here. Okay, so what happened? The 1s orbital of hydrogen, let's take the example, it is 1s orbital of hydrogen having a single electron. It get overlapped with the pz orbital, that is 3pz orbital having a single electron. Both get overlapped with each other and the electrons get paired in the region of overlapping. So this is the overlapped part, this one, and this is the formation of sigma bond, and we know this is the s orbital, this is the p orbital. This is the type of sp overlapping. Okay, by the axial overlapping only sigma bond will be formed, and this is the second type of the axial overlapping, sp overlapping. Okay students, this is the sigma bond and this is the overlapped region. We can take some more examples also, no problem, like HI, HF, okay, like H2O. We can see the overlapping in the H2O also. Like let's take the example of water. Like in H2O, we know two hydrogen are there. One hydrogen is having configuration 1s1, second is having 1s1. This is the diagrammatic representation 1s1. And oxygen is there, it is having the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. okay, I am just going to draw the 2p4 orbitals, that is p orbital, 2px, 2py, 2pz. 1, 2, 3, this one is 4. 2 free orbitals are there. Okay, so these orbitals, these p orbitals will overlap. One of the p orbital will overlap with this hydrogen atom, second p orbital will overlap with this hydrogen atom, and we can see that this is the diagram. So one of the p, like py orbital overlap with s orbital of hydrogen, and pz orbital of oxygen is overlapped with the s orbital of another hydrogen atom. So spy, we can say sp, two bonds are there, and in this way we are having the sp overlapping two sp bonds, and these are the sigma bonds. Like we can take the example of NH3 also, in which sp overlapping is there only. So students, this is the second type of overlapping, that is sp overlapping. Now students, the third type of axial overlapping, it is called the third type of axial or head-on overlapping, it is the pp overlapping. In this overlapping, two p orbitals are there, and both the p orbitals having electrons of opposite spin, okay, they get overlapped with each other head on, means at the top. इसको कहते हैं हेड ऑन, मीन्स दोनों के हेड हेड ओवरलैप कर जाएंगे. तो हमारे पास में डायग्राम है वो कुछ इस तरह का आएगा. यहाँ पे दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ठीक है, मैं इसको ये इस तरह शेड कर देती हूँ, दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन यही प्रेजेंट है, एंड दिस बॉन्ड फॉर्म्ड इज कॉल्ड है सिग्मा बॉन्ड। तो आपको ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि किस तरह से सिग्मा बॉन्ड से बन रहे हैं, एसपी ओवरलैपिंग से ठीक है, एसपी ओवरलैपिंग से एसएस ओवरलैपिंग और पीपी ओवरलैपिंग, व्हेन हेड ऑन इज देयर देन सिग्मा बॉन्ड विल बी formed. Let's take the example of PP overlapping, like we will take the example of BF3. Student, this is a very important example. Not only this, some examples are there which are very important, like we can take the example of CCl4, also carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so many examples of are there which are just like this one example. So please means put an eye on this example carefully. BF3 means one boron is there and 3 fluorine atoms are there. Okay, so what happened actually, students, the boron is having configuration 1s1, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. I'm just going to make an orbital diagram, 1s2, 2s2, and this one is the 2p. So 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. This is px, py and pz. Px, py, pz, and let me take this 2p orbitals are there, 2px, 2py, 2pz. This is 2s2 and this is 1s2. Students, you can see here, and what about the fluorine? First of all, we can see the fluorine is having configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Same here, 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. So these are having 5 electrons in their orbitals. I am just going to draw the orbital diagram, means representing only the 2p5 orbitals like this. These are the 2p, x, y, z. These are 2p, x, y, z. And for this fluorine also, these are 2p orbital, 2px, 2py, 2pz. So these are the 3 fluorine atoms are there which are having 5 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means one vacant orbital is there. Okay, that is 2pz. You can make means anyone means you can change their names also, like 2py, 2px, 2pz, like this, no problem. So here we can see one orbital is free. Means 3 fluorine are ready with 1 boron to form 3 bonds. 3 fluorine are going to be add or make bond or overlap with the boron, but boron is having only single orbital, means a single electron in the p orbitals. 3 p orbitals are there, 2 are vacant, and only electron is present only in one of the orbital. So student, what happened, actually 3 fluorine are not able to overlap with a single orbital. That's why the actual, I'm just telling, let's now discuss about the boron itself. So this is the ground state of boron. Ground state means the actual electronic configuration, what we are representing in the form of orbitals like this. This is called the ground state. Now, but boron has to make 3 bonds, because we know that the boron is having electronic configuration 2, 3. That means it will form 3 bonds. Its valency is 3. So how it will form 3 bonds? So the electrons from, this is the outermost orbit, that is second orbit, and in the outermost orbit 3 valence electrons are there. Halaki one is paired and the other is free. So what happened, that the 2s orbital, it will get energy and get excited. So this is the excited state I am going to draw. Like this is 1s2, this is 2s2, 2s, and this is the 1s orbital, this is 2s, and this is 2p, that is x, y and z. So 2p, x, y and z, 2px, 2py, 2pz. Here 2 electrons are there. So the 2s orbital, it will achieve energy, gain energy, and then one of the electron will get excited in the 2p vacant orbital, and we will get an excited order like this. So such type of, for the formation of bonds, these get excited. Okay, now 3 vacant means 3 unpaired orbitals are there. One is s orbital, 2 are p orbitals, and these orbitals get overlapped with the vacant orbitals of the fluorine. So in this way, what we will see that one of the s orbital, it get overlapped with the z orbital of means 2pz orbital of one fluorine. Second will overlap with the this one, and third one will get overlapped with the this one. And in this way, the boron, it will form 3 bonds, means like this. This is fluorine, this is fluorine, this is fluorine. So one bond is due to the sp overlapping, p orbital of fluorine and s orbital of the boron. This bond is due to the pp overlapping, and this is the pp overlapping. So students, here you can see that one bond shows sp overlapping, second shows pp overlapping, third shows the pp overlapping. So in this way, 3 bonds are formed. So students, you can make the diagram for the carbon. So students, in this way, the carbon forms like carbon tetrachloride. You can form the carbon tetrachloride. In the same way, you will see that here means one sp and pp overlapping bonds will be there. So this is all about the pp overlapping. We have discussed about the 3 type of overlapping. Now the next is, now students, the next type of overlapping is, second type of overlapping is the lateral overlapping or sidewise overlapping. By lateral overlapping or sidewise overlapping, pi bond is formed. So it results in the formation of pi bond only. Okay, head-on overlapping is more as compared to sidewise overlapping. That's why the pi bond is weaker as compared to the sigma bond. So how sidewise overlapping takes place? There are certain type of overlapping like p pi overlapping. It is of different type like p pi overlapping, like p pi d pi overlapping, d pi overlapping. Different type of overlapping are there. P pi d pi overlapping. So different type of overlapping of different type of orbitals is there. We will discuss about the p pi overlapping. How this overlapping will take place? Like this one is a p orbital. Okay, this one is also a p orbital. The orbitals are having electrons. Okay. So one of the p orbital, when 2p orbital get overlapped, how can we represent their overlapping? Like this one is one of the p orbital, and it is showing overlapping with the other p orbital, mean they get sidewise from their sides or from their lateral side, they are getting overlapped. So at the region of overlapping, what happen? A pi bond is formed, and this overlapping is not that much stronger, that much means interdigited or है ना, so that's why it is comparatively weaker bond. So due to the overlapping of the p orbitals, sidewise overlapping of p orbital, pi bond will be formed. It is also called the parallel overlapping because both the orbitals are generally parallel to each other. Let's take the example for this one is the p pi overlapping. Okay, this is the p pi overlapping. Now let's take the example for the p pi overlapping. Like we can take the example of nitrogen, we can take the example of oxygen. Let's take the example of oxygen. You can take the example of nitrogen also. So for oxygen, 2 oxygen atoms are there. And what is the configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. In this also 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. I am just going to draw 2p4 orbitals. So it is the 2p4 orbital, that is 2p, 2px, 2py, 2pz. And for this oxygen also 2px, 2py, 2pz. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. So 4. Now you can see students that 2 orbitals are here unpaired. Here also 2 orbitals are unpaired, and these are 2 p orbitals. So how can we draw that one of the orbital of oxygen, it get overlapped with the other p orbital, because I told you that the first bond formed between any of the 2 atoms will be the sigma bond. That's why the 2p orbital first of all represent the head-on overlapping, and in this way a pi bond will be formed. Let's consider that one of the orbital, they get, means among these orbital one of the orbitals get overlapped to form the pi bond, to form the sigma bond. This is the sigma bond. Now the next orbital will be, because all these, if you have go through the means remember the orbital diagram, then you saw that all the different type of orbital, that is px, py, pz, all the orbitals lies in the plane perpendicular to each other. So if one orbital lies in this way horizontally, then other will be vertically, like in y plane. The other orbital of oxygen will be there, other p orbital will be in y plane. Now it is not possible that we will overlap like these lateral areas, so we will represent the overlapping in this way. You can represent the overlapping in this way. So this is these dots or these lines represents the overlapping of the p orbitals, and due to this the bond formed is called the pi bond. This is the second bond. So first of all, which bond will be formed? Sigma bond will be formed, and second number pi bond will be formed like this. And this is for one of the oxygen atom, like I am writing over here oxygen, and this is for the second oxygen atom. This is the oxygen atom. This is also the oxygen atom. Like let's consider if it is the py orbital, this is the py orbital, both these are okay. So this is the py overlapping, and this is, let's consider it is the pz orbital, it is the pz orbital. So here the sigma bond is formed by pz overlapping. First of all sigma bond will be formed, then after py overlapping, pi bond will be formed. So 2 bonds will be there, and we know that the structure of oxygen is like this, O double bond O. This is sigma bond, and after sigma bond which bond is formed? Pi bond. Now let's students take one more example, that we can take the example of nitrogen also. That will be a very easy example. So let's take the example of the N2. Second example, in nitrogen 2 nitrogen are there, nitrogen and this nitrogen is there. In this one nitrogen the configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 3 vacant, 3 orbitals are there, p orbitals, in which single electrons are there, that is px, py, pz, means 2px, 2py, 2pz. And similarly for the next nitrogen also, again the same configuration will be there, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, that is 1 1 1, 2px, 2py, 2pz. So what happened? These all orbitals get overlapped with each other. How they will overlap? First of all, one of the p orbital of the nitrogen will shows the head-on overlapping with the other nitrogen atom. That is the first overlapping, and due to this the sigma bond will be formed. Now the next one is the second nitrogen atom, that is second orbital of nitrogen atom, which is present perpendicular to this, that is in y plane, in y axis. It will form overlapping, it will shows the sidewise overlapping or lateral overlapping, and forms the pi bond. Okay, and third one is there, like I am just drawing with this pen. This is the Z, the second or third one orbital, p orbital is in Z axis. So here also it is in Z axis, and these again shows the sidewise overlapping with each other and form a second pi bond. So this is also the pi bond. So in this way we can say, we can name them, like this one is px, px overlapping means this one is px orbital, this one is px orbital. Okay, you can name them, no problem. Like this one is py orbital, this one is also py orbital, and this one is pz orbital. No, not this one, sorry. This one is pz orbital, this one is pz orbital. So 3 type of bonds are there. By pz and pz, sigma bond is formed. By py overlapping, Okay, that is p pi overlapping. The pi bond will be formed by p x and px, pi bond is formed. So 2 pi bond, and first one will be the sigma bond, which is formed by the head-on overlapping. And we know that structure of nitrogen is N triple bond N. So one is sigma bond and the rest of two are the pi bonds. So sigma bond is equals to 1 and pi bond will be 2 in case of nitrogen. Students, there are certain questions that you can calculate the number of pi bond as well as sigma bonds in the different type of molecules. You can calculate by drawing the structure. Like let me take the example, like in water H2O, how many sigma bonds are there? You can see that only single, so only 2 sigma bonds are there. Like in case of NH3, you know the structure of ammonia is like this. So in this structure you can see 3 sigma bonds are there. Okay, in case of CH4 methane, you can see that the 4 sigma bonds are there. Like you are having the structure of ethyne, C2H2 ethine, that is CH triple bond CH. So here sigma bond is, how many sigma bonds are there? 2 sigma bonds with the hydrogen, 1 is here, so 3 sigma bonds and 2 pi bonds are there. You can calculate any of the sigma, any of the pi bond. Like let's take the example of SO3. The structure of SO3 is like this. So here you can see 3 sigma bonds are there because first bond form will be sigma and the total number of pi bonds are also 3. Second bond is pi. This is sigma, sigma, sigma. Second one is pi, pi, and this one is pi bond. So in this way you can calculate the type of sigma bonds as well as pi bonds. Now students, the next the last part of the means about the sigma and pi bond is that the difference between the sigma as well as the pi bonds. So what is the difference between the sigma and the pi bond? This is the sigma bond and this is the pi bond. So what is there? The sigma bond is formed only by axial overlapping or head-on overlapping. So sigma bond is formed only by the axial overlapping and the pi bond is formed only by the lateral overlapping or sidewise overlapping. Due to lateral overlapping, and this is axial overlapping, head-on overlapping, so overlapping is more as compared to lateral overlapping. That's why it is comparatively strong bond and the pi bond is comparatively weaker bond. Pi bond is weak bond and the sigma bond is strong bond. Sigma bond is formed by SS orbital overlapping, SP orbital overlapping, PP orbital overlapping. But the pi bond is formed by the P pi overlapping. It is formed by the P pi D pi overlapping, D pi overlapping. I am just writing over P pi, D pi and D pi. These overlappings we will study later in next class. Okay. So it is formed by this overlapping. Since it is a strong bond, that's why more amount of bond energy is required. Bond dissociation energy will be more because more amount of energy will be required to break this bond. Where the pi bond is having lesser bond energy, that means less bond energy will be required to break this bond. Okay. So next is the